Hello, my name is Pratham Modi, and in this video I am going to talk about designing of a V2I converter using a floating load and a grounded load. So what happens over here is that the input voltage is being converted into an output current by giving the formula as Vi upon Ri. It is seen that the same current flows through the signal sources and also the load, and therefore what happens over here is that the signal should be capable of providing the load current. So as we can see over here, I have prepared the schematic. Let's go over here, floating load. So this is the schematic for V2I converter using floating load. So this is how we have prepared the schematic, and voltage will be given as an input, and we have to find the current amperes across the IL over here, which is basically RL. This is not R5, this is RL, the load resistors being connected as in feedback over here. So now if I run this, as we are given the input, we can see over here that R5 is 3 amperes. This is what our value should be, 3 milliamps, because we are providing 1 volt of signal over here. 3 milliamps is what the required output is. And if we want, we can also check, okay, it's perfectly alright. So this is the equation of V2I converter using an floating load. What happens when we have a grounded load over here? So let me open my circuit for grounded load. This is for grounded load. Over here we have connected multiple combination of resistors, which is providing me 250 ohms in series connection, and over here my voltage has been given as 15 volts. So over here my RL has been connected across this, as we are using this as a grounded load. If it would have been floating load, it would have been connected across the feedback loop, but as it is grounded, we are connecting over here, and we will be finding out the current over here across the R9 resistors. So now let me run the simulate. So when I simulate, it was R9. It's R9, 5 amperes. So this is how 55.453896 microamperes is what the required output is. So this is about V2I using a grounded load. So now let me take you across the what happens if I connect a load resistance of 2 kilo ohms. If my resistance is 2 kilo ohms over here RL, then I get the output as 4 milliamps. What if I get it across 50 kilo ohms? I get my output as 279 microamperes. So likewise, if you can see, then the value of current drastically changes the moment the load is increased over here. So this was all about floating load. So now what about grounded load? As we saw previously in the simulation kind of thing, over here we can see the milliamps, which was been connected across the R9 resistor. So this is for grounded load, which has been directly grounded with no supply given across it. And then as I mentioned earlier, 250 ohms is what the combination of series resistors has been created over here. This is just for simplicity. So if 2 kilo ohms is being connected across here, the output is 2.5 milliamperes. Likewise for 50 kilo ohms, the output is 110.7 microamperes. So this is the biggest change if we can see among the floating load as well as the grounded load. And if 100 kilo ohms is applied, it gives me the output as 55 microamperes. So what happens is, as the input impedance of a non-inverting amplifier is very high, this circuit has the advantage of drawing very little current from the source. The main advantage is this. And as a voltage to current converter is used for low voltage DC and AC voltmeter, the applications are like LED and Zener diode tester are a very great examples of this. So now let us go through the observation table. The floating load RL is connected across 2K, grounded is 2K, as we saw earlier. This is theoretically how we calculate our load or sorry, the current, and this is what we get for by simulating. So this is all about V2I converter using floating load and a grounded load. Thank you so much.